Just like to offer a big shout out to Touchdown Digital for sponsoring this week's video.
Well, good morning guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Glenn Samuel and you're watching Sniper Photography, and I hope you're all fighting fit and well. Look, it's currently 3:30 a.m. Friday morning. Now you're probably thinking, what the hell am I doing a YouTube video for at 3:30 a.m. in the morning? Well, in about 2 hours time I'm leaving here and to shoot a sunrise, and it's a location I have been to in the past but a fair while ago, and I've been waiting for a certain type of light, especially early morning light for this location. And I think after the rain we've had and the storms we've had here in the last couple of days, I think the light's just going to be just about perfect for what I'm after for these images that I hope to capture not far from here for this nice sunrise shoot. Now, the reason why I'm talking to you today is about a thing that I've been doing for quite some time, and it actually works. And you're probably thinking, well, what is it? Well, I'll tell you what it is, and here it is. Business cards. Business cards. Now, I hand these out probably 3 out of 5 trips that I make here in the mountains, or if I venture down to the coast shooting seascapes. So who do I give them to? Well, I give these business cards to people that come up to and talk to me. And the question they ask is, where can I see your photos? Now, there's one thing I've learnt with people is that if you just talk to them and then tell them where they can find you, where they can see your photos, you give them your email address, your website address, your Instagram handle, and same with Facebook. But people forget. They just forget, what was that guy's name? Where can we see his photos? They tend to forget. So I come up with the idea of handing out my business cards to these people. Now, the people we get up here in the mountains are usually people from interstate that are here for 7 days between Saturday and Saturday. They've come here for a holiday, or you've got overseas tourists, which was happening quite a lot here in the mountains up until COVID took everyone out, and people that have come up from Sydney just for the day, tourist sightseers, or they just come up for a day to see the beautiful Blue Mountains here of New South Wales where I live. So they're the people that I've been giving my business cards or handing my business cards out to. And on this card is all my details, my website address, my email address, how to find me at Facebook, and how to find me over at Instagram. I don't have my mobile number on these cards. I do on my commercial cards, because naturally I do that. But on these cards I don't put my mobile phone number, but I've got all the other means and ways of how they can contact me and how they can see my images. Now, the reason why I did do this was because a lot of tourists, a lot of people that come up to the mountains, they're just here taking photos with their phones, and they see me, they're watching me, they're seeing what I'm doing. I've got big tripods, big cameras and filters and bags, and even when I'm filming a YouTube video on site, they're just looking at all this, and they inevitably come up to me and start talking to me. And one of the questions they ask is, where can I see your photos? But that wasn't really why I started handing out my business card. The reason why I started handing out my business card is that these people that come to the mountains usually come back, and they usually come back with a proper camera. And by giving my business cards out to these people once they start talking to me, it generated patronage for my workshops. But then something happened. That continued to happen. But I then was fielding inquiries off this business card from people who wanted to buy my prints. Now, I do my own printing. I have a big Epson printer over here at the end of the studio where I print all my photographs, all my images, and I tend to print 1 to 2 images after every outing, and they're stored in archival photography boxes where I bring them out and change the wall hangings every 3 months throughout the studio, office and our home here in the mountains. So that's why I print. But I started being contacted by people off my business card that I handed to out on site wanting to buy photographs of that particular morning or afternoon. And in 1 year alone, I think it was summer 2018, 2009, and I think I printed 52 prints, sold 52 prints to people both here in Australia, interstate and overseas. One gentleman, I think he was from Norway, I think he brought 4 of my images, and they were big prints too. They weren't small prints. My prints start from A3 size and go up. I don't do anything smaller because that's A3 is mostly what people hang on their walls. So yeah, 52 prints I had to print out here in 1 calendar year. And that was a very good year. And that just came off the back of handing them my business card. So business cards are outstanding. I carry half a dozen with me all the time. Not all the time while I see people out there. I tend to go to areas where tourists don't go, but there are a lot of areas here where everyone can go and you grab some spectacular images. And that's where I'm bumping into these people, or they're bumping into me. But they inevitably always come up and ask me, "You're getting some good photos today, where can I see them?" Well, that's when I give them my business card. And the calls and the inquiries I get off this is amazing. And in actual fact, I've got on the printer, I've got probably 8 prints, or 6 or 7, something like that. I think, yeah, around 7 or 8 prints that I have to post this afternoon. And that came about from a few weeks ago when I was at Cahill's Lookout. You've probably seen the images from there on a previous video. And I remember these people, they came up to talk to me. They're all from Australia, but they're all travelling through the state of New South Wales when the restrictions were lifted. So there's sales that I've made by just going out and shooting a sunset. So these things work. Now you can have these cards, business cards, printed professionally, or you can do them yourself on your computer. I don't have time to print my business cards. I get someone to print them, or Vistaprint's very good. You can do it online to design your own business cards through Vistaprint, and they'll post them to you within 7 days. Great service, and it's not expensive. It's not expensive at all to get, say, 250 printed. So yeah, business cards, think about that. So next time you get asked by someone from the general public or someone that's around you while you're taking photos, and they ask you, "Where can I see your photos?" it's a good chance that they might buy one from you. So hand them your business card with all your details, your contact details. You don't have to put your mobile phone number there like I haven't, but put all your other contact details on there, and you might be surprised how many sales you make, especially when it comes to printed photographs or printed images. So that's why I hand out my business card. So now, in about an hour and a half's time, I'll leave here. Excuse me. I think it's going to be a great sunrise here, but I'm also going back to the same location late this afternoon for sunset, because this particular location here in the mountains works both. Works great for sunrise and sunset. Not many locations work like that here in the mountains, geographically the way we're positioned. But in this instance, this location produces the goods either very, very early in the morning or very, very late in the afternoon. So I'll probably do a YouTube video on that one. I'll see how much time I've got. But that's it. Think about handing out, getting printed business cards printed, handing them out, and you just never know how well you might go, and you might make a passive income on the side. Who knows? So that's it for another episode of Sniper Photography. I hope you've enjoyed that. Any comments or questions, please put them down below. If you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button and the bell next door so you don't miss anything. So for now, my name's Glenn Summer. You've been watching Sniper Photography, and as I always say, be nice to yourself, family and friends, but most of all, you keep shooting and keep smiling. Bye for now.